And what have we got here? What have we got here?
Yeah.
G'day folks, this is the Coffee Bush Kid in Central Vic, and I'm out in the last rays of sunlight. Look at the golden wattle. Look at that, bloody beautiful. But what's more, if you look at a 2120 signal down in the ground, you'd probably end up with something looking like that. If we just gently tease it out. Everyone know what that is? There we go. It's a Rhath buckle. And that one is actually in fairly good nick. That noise you can hear is one of those rare aeroplanes flying. Anyway, there's a Rhath buckle. We probably won't find what goes in it here, but that one is actually in really good nick. So I got the poking around with the old 6" as I do, and I've upped my sensitivity just a bit, and I'm discriminating up to 15. So 15 and above I'm using, just in case I happen to run over a half sovereign. Anyway, that's not a bad start. Probably about 3 or 4 minutes in, bang, buckle. Thank your mother for the rabbits with that one. That's a corker. All right, boys and girls out there in YouTube land. Look at that. Nothing. You gotta dig one of those. Is it a token? Is it something silver? What are the bets? Come on, what are we gonna have? Ground's not very deep. Can't get down far. There's a stone down there. Well, that was a nice one. Step over the detector. It's only going to be shallow. Means I should be fairly careful with it. It should just be, hear that? Just under there. Oh, batteries must be getting low. Ooh. What's that? Oh, is that my half crown? I'm going to stop there. I'll get some squirty on it, and we'll see what we've got. It's as thick as a token, but I don't want to rub it in case it's the half crown I've been looking for. We'll be back in a tick. All right. Professor Holloway's token. Now, they're usually fairly cruddy, and this one is potentially no exception to the rules. I've seen better, and I have seen worse. So this is your medium-y type thing. But still, on the side of a hill, heading to another spot, just waving my bloody coil around as you do, you get a beautiful signal like that. So we dug it, we found it, that's not bad. There is a little fireplace, and just near it, I got that key escutcheon. So that's pretty cool. Did have me looking when I saw that, looking back at me in the ground, but that's what it is. Still a pretty neat find. Now, I'm coming along along the edge of this water race. You can see it sort of between my two fingers wandering off up there. Walking beside it, as miners would have done, out of that hole there, I came across this target. That sounds rather penny-like, doesn't it? And what have we got? My pinpointer died. So, what can we find? What can we see? What can we see? Ha! There it is. It had dropped out. Looks very small and very silver-like. Has it got an edge? Has it? Sorry. Let's do that. I think my fingernail. Oh, that's a milled edge. That's a milled edge. We'll be back with you in a moment. Well, as you know, I'm still looking for that elusive half crown. Thicky half crown would be nice. But you might also remember that Petey Uwar and I have a saying that it's a good day when a token or a groat comes out. Well, ladies and gentlemen out there in YouTube land, I already got a Professor Holloway's token. And what have we got here? What have we got here? An 1842 fourpence. Ah, groat. Oh, don't you just love the sound of it? Groat. How'd you go today? Oh, I got a groat. Yes. Absolutely bloody brilliant. Funnily enough, if anyone was out here in the bush listening to this, I reckon they'd be backing off at 100 mile an hour. I am stoked. That is groat number 6 for the Coffee Bush Kids collection. Absolutely brilliant. Corker. I'm just in raptures. We'll see what else we can find. Well, this is something that I come across out in the Central Goldfields every now and then. Is that? Now, I don't know whether you'll be able to see it well, but can you see how that's a circle? Goes around, and there seems to be an islandy bit in the middle. Might be able to get it better that way. See that island mound in the middle, and this is like a trough? Well, this is a puddling machine. Why they called it a machine, I don't know. Machines, you always conjure up pictures of cogs and gears. But what would happen is that there would be a central pin in the middle there, and there's a beam of timber come across here, and there would have been a horse that just traipsed all around the edge of the puddling machine. Now, from that beam that ran across the middle, there could be chain, there could be a log on a chain being dragged around in here. And what would happen is that the miners would come along, because the puddling machine owners were businessmen, and they would pay to have their clay, shale, whatever that the gold was in, submerged in water and dragged around and crushed up and pulverised so that it would get all the fine and small bits of gold out of the clay and the shale. And then they would come back around and shovel it all out and put it through a rocker or pan it or whatever and get the gold out. There is, I just spotted it here before, these need to have water come in, and there is, see this trough here, this was probably the outlet for it. Comes in here, down there, the water comes out that way, it could have gone out the other way. Anyway, this is a puddling machine. You don't often find them, but they're a pretty cool thing, and they're part of the gold scene in central Victoria in the 1850s, I think through until about the 1880s. Then sluicing took over and they just washed them all away. But if you were hunting for relics, these are a good thing to find because the business owner would have lived close by. And we'll see how we go. But that's a puddling machine. Well, just over in that hole, I got a nice, well, it was a 20, 19, 18, 20, flicked the horseshoe and it said, no, it's steel, but it was too strong a signal. It had to be something, so a bit of ground truthing. And this is my first part of a bell that I found. Look at that, that would have been a corker. So every now and then you've just got your own feeling has to override the detector and go, no, we've got to do some ground truthing. And you might find something as good as that. Now here's an interesting little find. It came in at 2021. Thought it would have been a penny, but it's not. That's actually the top of a bottle. Now Peter Uar, he's a bottle collector. He'd tell you exactly what type of bottle that came off. I think it's one of the marble bottle jobs. Keep the lid on. But see how the wire's all still attached? They managed to just knock it off, or they knocked the top off it or something or other. Anyway, that'll go home to him. He'll be able to straighten that out and put it on one of his bottles. That's what it is. That is the top off an aerated bottle. Keep the wire, twitch the wire so the tops don't pop. They're always a pretty cool find. And that one, believe it or not, is in reasonably good nick. Let's see what else we can snavel out of the ground. What's that? It could be a 2-cent piece, but that actually nearly looks like a milled edge to me. Oh, my fingernail is running in a milled edge. Listen to that. Anyway, let's see what we have. I'm doing this all through the finder, so there we go. Actually, it's not a bloody coin. Huh. It's a something. Now what that is? I'll have to have a bit of a clean up now. Oh, I thought it was a bloody coin. Alright, we'll have a clean up. I'll be back with you in a tick. And there we are, we're back. That is a beautiful little piece of bronze. And my best guess is that it is a keyhole cover off a padlock. Beautiful little bit of bronze, pivots on a pin. That's been put through some sort of steel. That's what I reckon it is. Flip it out the way to open the padlock and it slides back down again. Nice little piece of brass. I have had a couple of buttons, but how's that one? That's an absolute doozy. Little flower on it. Livery, livery style button. 2-piece job. That's beautiful. It's just in that area. Couple of bars down. And you know you're in Goldfields, where people have been. You just got to go, yeah. That sounds very penny-like. So let's see what we can find. Cool, still in the hole. That's not a bad thing because it's deep then. It's only only small. I reckon we'll come back this way a fraction. Ah. Oh well, look at that. It's a harmonica reed. Oh, was something from the Goldfields. And we found it. Glorious afternoon, ducking out between the showers. Well, we'll keep going. As I say, you don't go leaving signals like that lying around in the ground. And as we come down, what do we see? I reckon we see that. Let's have a closer look, shall we? Oh, is that an imprint or just another one? No, that's the imprint. Okay, that's cool. I reckon that's a really old one. So we should clean that up. Be back with you in a tick. Back. Now, see the head? It's facing right. I reckon that is a William IV halfpenny. Yep. This side's the better side. You can see there, you got Britannia sitting there. But yeah, that's the head facing the same way as George III. So I reckon that's William IV. The monarch before Queen Victoria. Very, very not good condition coin, but that's about as good as we get them actually over here in Australia. But still, coin's a coin. Knew there was something here, working on a theory of pine trees beside the road. Should have been something here on a spur, and there was. Theory proven. Doesn't get much better than that, of course, unless we start finding silvers. Let's have a go. Well, from out of that hole came that. Now, however you want to say it, Tasik, Pollock and Co. San Francisco. It's a beautiful, beautiful solid little piece of brass. And that is just such a cool find. Something from San Francisco in the central goldfields of Victoria. Yep, that'd make sense. So keep in mind, it's always good to fill in some of your day detecting. But remember to fill in all your holes when you're finished. We'll catch you next time.